Hello, ladies and gentlemen. How's everyone doing today? Hope you guys had a fantastic day. And today we are starting, of course, the day after the FMOC. Crazy day yesterday, which is apparently still bleeding into the day. Pre-market was pretty damn crazy, still is. We're down 1% on the day. So today is going to be a super important day. We're going to find out what is in the cards here for us, right? Whether it'll be more going down more, some consolidation, or are we going to reverse, right? So we're going to look into that. Now, let's quickly jump into our trading view and have a look here. But first of all, look at this. I found this. Yeah, this is pretty damn funny. As a reference on the Nancy Pelosi thing. Uh, yeah, too soon. Nope. The only thing that's too soon is me selling my puts. I actually sold my puts a little bit too soon. It is what it is. But hey, we made money, right? So for you guys who were not around yesterday, as you can see, I took a pretty damn big hit. So it wasn't only just this. Actually, we were way down. We were yesterday at some point we were back here to around like $2,000, something like that. So it was a pretty nasty hit, but we very quickly pivoted into puts and we recovered and did some trading this morning, right? So we're up $1,200 already. Now, of course, not all of that is from morning trading. I closed some puts from yesterday that I had. And of course, in addition to a few scalps here and there. So all in all, so far we're up, which is nice. $5,700, only $1,000 away from the top where we were. And of course, the goal still for this week. So we have today and tomorrow. The goal still for this week is $10,000 achievable. Of course, anything is achievable. But will I achieve it? I don't know. I'm not gonna press my luck here. If I can get it, if I see an opportunity, cool. If not, then why risk it, right? All right. So, that being said, here let's jump in. Of course, we like to start with our futures. To give us sort of an overview on what's going on the market here. So, basically, what I did is I just removed, of course, all the lines that we had before here, since we're basically changing the trend. And as you can see here, of course, there's this trend line that has been holding for a while here, obviously broken yesterday. And, it seems like we're just free falling here. So we're currently at the 3,700 37.5 support here, and it seems that we're testing it. So the next level under will be 3,662, and of course, the last level of support here before we start making new lows will be 3,580, right? So if you can see here, this is the 1 hour chart, and we're extremely oversold all the way since yesterday, which makes sense, right? Which makes sense. We've been oversold for a very long time here, so this is very much to be expected. Again, does this mean we go long? I don't think so, right? This is not a trend. We do not want to go under the trend. Sorry, against the trend, right? We know what happens there. Again, the market can remain irrational longer than you can remain liquid, right? So we can see the RSI still hanging down here, a little bit, oversold, and then like hanging around here, the 30 level, right? And it will just keep going down some more. We've seen this happen before many times, especially after a big impulsive moves like this. So what I'll be doing today is basically, since we have a trend here, so my expectations is we probably get another drop, a sharp one like this, because if you check, all the other meetings, you see we have the same thing. So we usually got another drop the day, a couple of days after maybe, or the day after, something like that. So I don't. This is not the big drop for sure. These are little ones. We're talking about like big candles like these, right? So we can be getting this drop today, tomorrow, or Monday. So what I'll be doing is I'll be shorting any pop, right? So anything that pops, any bounce that we get here, I'm gonna short it either for tomorrow or Monday, depending on the chart structure. And of course, I'll let you guys know. Of course, we had yesterday earnings. We had Etsy and we had Roku, and we called them both correctly. So that was nice. So we're 3 for 3 so far. on the weekly watch list earnings, right? We called AMD beat, and it did beat. We also had now, of course, the 10 bagger for this week was Netflix, and the trigger did not activate, so we did not get in. So no play for Netflix, and does not seem like we're gonna get a trigger for it this week. With everything going on in the market, we do have another play also in the works here, Carvana, right? So Carvana has earnings. I'm not sure when. I know it's pretty soon though, and I think the play here will be puts for Carvana. So that's definitely something to consider here. What else? It's today after hours. Yeah, today after hours, right? So might be a possible play that we can take. I still maintain my same play puts because I think it's a shit company. But yeah. So we're gonna see. All right, so let's see who is with us today. It looks like a lot of you guys are still sleeping. Sizian says, "Me too." I'm guessing, yeah. I'm guessing he's talking about the puts. It is what it is, man. We secured profits, right? Like you don't want to wake up today to find the opposite happening and the stock running up on you, right? Like we secured profits. That's what really matters. So we're up, and that's most important thing here. Angelique says, "Good morning, Ash. Good morning, everyone. Good morning to you, Angelique. Hope you're having a fantastic morning this day." And Anal says, "Morning. Good morning to you, my good friend, and good morning to everyone else here who is joining us on this pretty damn red day, right? This is a huge drop, by the way. Almost 1% pre-market makes you think, it is very possible, of course, that we get a big drop today. This is why, like I said, I'm looking for opportunities to enter here for shorts, and I'm just gonna protect myself, and I'm gonna give myself some time. Now, Angelique here beat me to the punch. She's saying VIX is pumping, so this is, of course, the next thing we're gonna look here immediately will be the VIX, right? We like looking at the VIX. It has been our friend so far. It has been very helpful into guiding us, the past couple of days. Past couple of weeks, as a matter of fact, right? So, all right. So let's see here. All right. So this is, as you guys can see, this is getting very crowded. So once we get major shifts in like trend, I like to just remove all my supports. I keep the trend lines, but I like to remove all my supports and resistances and just like draw them from scratch here. So of course we do not assume, or we do not think that the VIX will fall down anymore here. So obviously here this will be a pretty obvious level of support here, which I don't think we'll be visiting again anytime soon, but of course we need it on our chart here for reference. Now obviously this seems to be a level here pre-market, so we have 26.5. We seem to be stuck on it here for a little bit. Let's see what else we have here. What other major levels are we gonna get? Now we have the VIX, of course, is above the 21 MA, above the 50 MA. It does seem like it really wants to go towards that 200 MA, right? And if it does, we can expect a big fat move down on the SPY, right, as people rush in to start hedging their positions. Again, don't forget, like people will start freaking out pretty soon. So we do have CPI next week. We do have employment data coming tomorrow, which for the most part, should be expected. Really, we already had 2 job reports, so we can kind of guess what's going to happen tomorrow. Now, obviously, this is an important level here, and if we want to have something in between, we can say this. Yeah, we can draw this one here. So in order for us to make our way up to 200 MA, we have to blast through the 27.5 and then all the way up to the 28.5. If we start edging towards the 28 level, by the way, things are gonna go nutty, right? So by the way, again, I will refer you to this trend line. People who were with me in the Discord when we first started know about these trend lines because these are super important. And you see a lot of people talking about the VIX about to spike very, very soon, right? Now, let me tell you why I personally agree with them, right? Although for the most part, I do not agree with most stuff on social media, but this makes perfect sense, guys. Just again, look at this coiling up here again. So we have here the trend lines, right? It keeps getting tighter and tighter and tighter. We're getting to a place where it's getting very tight. so tight that it's just bursting. It's literally bursting at the seams here, right? So it really trying here, unable to hold, push back in, really trying to get out, unable to, getting pushed back in. So it's getting extremely tight. So what do you think is going to happen when we reach here, when we reach this area of extreme tightness, right? It's gonna be a very, very, very explosive move, either up or down, right? So for those of you again who has been who are with us in the Discord, you know, we call successfully several plays, you know, when things get tight, explosive moves, we call them before they happen, slightly before they happen, right? Because we keep an eye on stuff like this, right? So again, you see a lot of people here saying VIX will do this, right? This was the COVID, right? It will hit highs, $80 and stuff like that. Possible, right? Possible. Why? Because again, we're getting to this very tight range, right? And it's gonna be an explosive move one way or the other, right? So just something to keep an eye on a macro level. It does coincide, right? It does make sense if we're about to make new 52-week lows, right? Or if SPX gets to 3,000, the futures get to 3,000, right? This this actually does justify the VIX going up all the way up to 80. A big spike as people rush into puts, start hedging, start freaking out, right? Makes perfect sense. So this is a possibility, something we'll keep in mind. And as this gets tighter, we will probably be looking for VIX calls, right? For a very big jump up. Remember, guys, the VIX has been having a lot of trouble breaking through the 30-ish range. So that's why VIX calls have not been profitable. There's also talks of manipulation. There's a big bank, I forget who, but they've been actually slammed by SEC last month for manipulating the VIX. So something to keep in mind here. So again, could be a very big play on the VIX happening soon, right? Like we're talking like thousands of percents possible play here, right? So let's see here what people are asking. Angelique is saying job reports tomorrow. Yes, ma'am, that is correct. Jack says, what percentage for account do we risk with Carvana puts? All right, so I personally do maximum 5%, right? If I'm doing earnings, never more. Earnings at the end of the day are lottos, right? So we're on a roll, right? We've been getting everything correctly, and for the most part, we usually do. But at the end of the day, anything can happen. We can be right and still lose money. I am now willing to lose 5% on something that at the end of the day, even with the best odds, is still 50-50, right? You have Ivy Crush, you have a lot of things coming in. So, yeah, I would not risk more than 5%. That's my personal choice. But of course, you know, it depends on your risk appetite. So, you know, 5%, 10%, up to you. I would not put anything more than that, honestly. Again, earnings are very, you know, like low risk, high reward. I wouldn't say low risk, high reward, but I would say, you know, they have very good risk to reward ratio in the sense that you can put $100 and possibly make $1,000. You don't need to risk too much to make a lot, right? Especially with Carvana pricing in around 25% move, you know, so that should be good. Sizian says, okay, so CHM says, morning everyone. Make sure to like the stream. I love you, dude. Yes, please listen to this awesome guy. Please like the stream, guys. It really does help. You know, it'll cost you nothing, but it really does help me out a lot. You know, it helps the channel grow. So if you can help us out, that'll be I'll be very thankful. All right. So Sizian says found the GF. All right. Okay. Let's see here. Angelique is saying the pound is sinking. That is true. They just had their own version, right, of the rate hike, and Sandeep was kind enough to share the link for the live stream. So this will be the link here. I was looking through it. Nothing really interesting or specific. They said they do seem to, you know, pretty much mirroring so far what Jerome Powell has been doing yesterday. So, you know, nothing. By the way, there's a lot of stuff we need to talk about later on because the market will open soon. But there's a lot of stuff we need to talk about when it comes to what happened yesterday because there's a lot of in between the line things that we need to focus on. Angelique said you'll cover that. Dollar is flying. Yeah, of course, the market, as the market goes down, rates are higher. You'll see the dollar going up, right? So that makes perfect sense. DXY, there you go. I want the dollar to go up as much as possible. Again, I am trying. We have been neglecting the futures account, which is my bad. I'll be I'll definitely be focusing on it more. But basically, what I want to do is grow the account to a place where I can start building a short position on a dollar because I believe the drop it's an eventuality. Like I'm pretty sure no one disagrees that the this strength in dollar is it's a momentary thing, and the drop is an eventuality. So I think 95 would be my first take profit, but I definitely want to start building out a nice short position here on the dollar. So that's just something to keep in mind. Let's see, thoughts on coin puts. I do not have enough information, my friend. I did not do my research on coin. I actually don't know when the earnings are. Are they next week? Because that might be why. I only looked at things that are happening this week. I don't believe I would have missed coin because I definitely do want to play coin. Ooh, tonight. Damn, I missed it. That one went under the radar. That sucks. All right, so after the market opens a little bit, right? Once if we don't find any opportunity and VIX starts becoming boring, then yeah, we'll definitely do some live research. I'll show you guys what I do to look for earnings, because I definitely do want to play coin. Look at this. Like if it misses, I'm not saying it will, but like it is at a super critical support here. If it misses, this can go down a lot, right? And of course, vice versa. If it beats, it can at least go to the 200 MA. That is like, sorry, 200 MA. Even if not like in one go, but like in a few days. So either way, it has a very big move here. So we're gonna do a research on this one. This is for sure. But yeah, the problem is I think the IV is gonna suck. Does anyone know what the IV is? I bet it's like 100 plus at this point. That sucks. What reported yesterday and it is up. Okay, thank you, Angelique. See, okay, so this is smart, guys. Angelique here is smart. She looks for sympathy plays, companies in the same niche or industry to help us figure out like how the industry is doing overall. This can definitely give us an idea on how earnings are doing. So this is a check for calls here in the cost column, right? Says, oh, 130. That is ugly. Almost 140% IV. Yeah, I might skip on this one. Angelique says, "Would be careful on coin." Agree. Yeah, I he says he's saying for the moment. Yeah, I mean, like exactly. This is the point. 140% is as that's pretty bad. Uh, okay, for Angelique is showing up 756%. Yeah, I mean, makes sense, right? Day off is the worst day to buy options for earnings. It's the absolute worst day, right? You don't want to be buying your options on day off. So we're gonna look into that. We're gonna see what we can do here. If there's a possible entry in coin. Ideally, here the play would be puts to avoid the IB crush, because if we have puts, it opens up red and the market is red. It will push it down, so kind of give us a little bit of an exit here. But again, that's risk on top of an already existing risk, which makes this play more risk than it is reward. Not the ideal scenario here. Not really the kind of play I like to be in, but we'll see. Maybe a lot of calls next week on coin. Definitely, if we find out it is bullish or bearish, like this is the thing we need to find out. What direction it is. Then based on that, once we find direction, I think it will make more sense. What we're going to do. But coin, I don't know. It's one that I'm not gonna lie. I really don't want to miss it. Like I think it will be a very nice sized move here on coin. So we're gonna see. All right. So, okay. So market is opening up in 5 minutes. So before it opens, let's have a quick look at how our favorite stocks are doing. We want to look into those quickly here. So of course we have the 10-year Treasury up 3.6. Now, some people ask me why the Treasuries did not move up that much yesterday, and the only reason they did not is just it's a lagging indices. That's why like it takes a little bit time to update. So this is why we saw it today. Probably you'll see it like gap up to today. It always does that. It's the same thing every single time. It's a little bit slow. Healing Care Bear, awesome name by the way. Yeah, there you go. See, this is the gap that I was talking about. It's saying, are you in Carvana puts? I was, but I'm not anymore. again, I needed the cash yesterday because my account was hemorrhaging. So I needed to go all in on SPX puts to save my account. But if you are in Carvana puts, I think it's still a valid play in my opinion. I'm not saying it's gonna 100% tank. I'm just saying like this I would have held, if circumstances were different. All right. C says coin most likely gonna miss. They've been losing customers plus crypto trading declined as well. Not necessarily, my friend, right? Because this already has happened for the past couple of earnings, right? So they have been like it kind of like bottomed out, and now it's consolidating. Why? Because they already lost people, right? This has already been priced in the last few, we've already seen this in the last few earnings. So everyone who was going to leave left, right? The crypto trading that declined already declined. So whatever has the thing that you're talking about is not happening this quarter. This is not the first time they're experiencing this. They have been experiencing this for the last few quarters. So this is not necessarily something that's going to affect it now. This is why you're seeing SoFi, Hood, these companies, they have the same set of problems, but they're still beating, they're still moving up on earnings because of the, like the slowdown and bottoming up thing, right? So it kind of bottomed down and is going to curl up a little bit, right? So this has been, priced in. Angelique saying, grabbing Tesla calls for November. China sells spike due to price cuts on Tesla cars. All right, so Tesla, I'm glad you brought it up. We were gonna do it in order, but I agree with Angelique on this one. I do have a play for Tesla, and if you guys notice it. I need a drink of water. There you go, much better. So if you guys noticed, Tesla was green this morning. For the most, actually, like the majority of the pre-market, Tesla was pretty damn green, right? I know it's down now 1.8%, but like when the market was showing a weakness, it was kind of holding on, right? So for me, it's currently at the level where I need to consider whether to get in or not, right? So I needed to hold the area between 210 and 205. So between it holds 205. This is the absolute maximum here, or I would say actually 207, right? So for me, this is the maximum level. So it goes down here and it holds around here. I am going in for 250, right? I will swing it a little bit further out. My first take profit will be, of course, 230, this major resistance here, and then I will leave some for the 250 run. But I agree with Angelique here. This is something I had my eye on this morning, but I needed to hold the 207.9 line. If it is unable to hold this area here, then no play for me, right? It does not work. But I think Tesla priced in way too much pain already. So I think call swings might be in order here. I think it gets a big rush. Again, the market will probably pump a little bit at some point. Not a huge pump, just a bear rally. Even if we're overall bearish, bear rallies do happen. So, and I think it will be led probably by Tesla because I don't see it happening with Apple unless China reopens the area where the factory is like tomorrow or next week, which I don't see happening. I think the next bear rally will probably be led by Tesla. Just my 2 cents here. So I'm gonna wait first to see the trigger. I need to see this holding, then I will get in calls. If not, it's not the play for me. I'm not doing it, right? So quickly here before the market opens, because we have 1 minute. How are semis doing? AMD, Nvidia, Intel, Qualcomm. Qualcomm reported, and of course, they're it was not too good. So we have AMD here. Not doing much, still consolidating in that area that we were talking about before. It's back in the channel of death here. Kind of showing some relative strength, considering what happened yesterday. Honestly, this is not too bad for AMD. We already seen Tesla. How's Apple doing? Our tech sector here. So let's see here. TradingView has been like very laggy today. I don't know if anyone has the same problem. Could be just my computer, but like for me, TradingView has been like super laggy, super slow. Start refreshing it here. Let's see if this. What changes? I didn't do any changes. What are you talking about, TradingView? All right, so the market opened now, so we're gonna go back to the stocks again later on. But for now, let's go to our SPY. Let's see if we can get some plays here. Uh, Angelique says made 300% on my SPY Lotto calls. Uh, how did he make money on calls? I'm confused. What, did the market spike up? I think you mean puts. Yeah, congratulations, Angelique. Well done. Congratulations. All right, so let's see here. Where's SPY? All right, SPY. Let's see what's gonna go on today. All right, so this is the daily view. So remember, on the daily view here, we're right under the 21 MA. So that's definitely something to keep an eye on. Okay, now this SPY has a little bit of a gap to fill here. Again, way too many lines here. We don't want this. We're gonna draw our new lines anyway, right? So let's just get rid of all these annoying lines here. We don't need all these. All right, be gone, be gone, be gone. All right, all right, nice, fresh, clean chart here, right? So we can basically chart in whatever way we want. So as usual, guys, what are the levels we look at every day, every open, right? So 4 levels. So the first level here is the pre-market low, which we already crossed it, right? Again, very bearish open here. The pre-market high, which will be at 375. Okay, and yesterday's high, which would be 388, which I seriously doubt we would go there. Be impressed if we did, and of course this changes the whole conversation if we did, right? We probably keep running and we're no longer bearish if it does, but I'd be extremely surprised. And of course yesterday's low is right around yesterday's the pre-market's high as well. So I normally would say this is the range for today, but realistically speaking, we can say here that this level here, which is likely to become, new resistance for a while now. So I would say this level here will be our level of resistance, 375.4. We go there. This will be, of course, above that will be calls. I doubt that will happen, but again, we're ready for anything. We're not gonna, we're not gonna just assume it's not working for nothing, right? So, all right. So let's see here. Tesla, what is Tesla doing? Look at that. See, this is what I was talking about, right? I'm telling you, Tesla has been showing relative strength, right? If anyone who's looking at Tesla pre-market, and I'm sure Angelique was, Tesla has been showing some relative strength this morning, right? So it's kind of signaling something here. Now, this again seems very, I don't know, like it's very tempting, but I'm gonna wait. I want to see it reclaim the 200 MA before getting into any calls. Too risky for me. If it reclaims 200 MA and goes up, cool, I'm getting into calls. But remember, the overall market is not super hot at the moment, so I just be a little careful here at the open. Apple is doing like horrible, right? And it is the main thing that is dragging us down today. Amazon just turned green, Shopify turned green, GitLabs turned green. We have here Tesla turned green. Looks like AMD. Okay, so looks again, the majority of tech, semis, everything is going green. How is finance and healthcare doing? Healthcare looking disgusting, which is not good, and finance looking even worse, right? So yeah, I don't think we're gonna see much movement here in the SPY. Of course, we're going to see a spike from tech, but not the big spike that you will get on the Q, just because, again, we have other sectors weighing us down here, right? So it is possible that we switch for the Q today. No, I want to have that the cushion, from the other sectors on the SPY, right? So the safe play here is, of course, that we can just short all pops. So like I said, I am looking to start building a position here, a short position for maybe tomorrow or Monday. So we're just gonna see as we go throughout the day. Of course, we have had days after the FMOC meeting when we had ginormous drops only to be followed with ginormous reversals the next day. Has happened before, right? Now, we do not have a catalyst per se for this to happen. We do have CPI coming up, right? So again, I'm just gonna leave this here for a second because I want you guys to look at it. We do have CPI coming up, but I don't see us pumping for CPI. But people who are bullish in CPI, do have a little bit of a convincing argument in saying that, hey, we might be peaking very very soon, and the next CPI is where we peak. So this could be a possibility, right? We can't deny that this is not going to happen, but it is extreme speculation backed by nothing, in my opinion. So I don't know. I don't see again a case for reversal here. I don't know where it be coming from, to be honest. I see no catalyst. I don't know. That's just my 2 cents, but I could be wrong. So again, wait and see here moment. Again, we're still retesting the pre-market level that we spoke about today. This is why we always look at these levels very early in the morning, right? More often than not, they'll be tested and retested, and they give us kind of direction, right? So if we see a clear breakthrough of these, then we can definitely see even more pain today. We're down 1% pre-market. We've seen it happen before, where we get these 2.5%, 2% days, right, of like just pure, death. Now, what I want to be looking at here today is basically the 1 hour, right? I'm very interested in the 1 hour because the 1 hour is still very oversold, right? So the $1 million question would be is like, are we gonna get a pop here soon, right, or not? Because and I also have one little thing I need to worry about is this gap here. Again, I'm not a very big fan of the gap here. And look at this. So 1 hour is oversold. We have a gap up, and we have the 200 MA that we might possibly be testing again. So it's at 274. Let's see if this coincides with any level that we had on our charts here. 375. Nope. So it is risky to start loading up on puts right now, right? I wouldn't say it has the best risk to reward ratio. On the other hand, again, we've seen how stubborn the market can get in days like this, where it just does not care. Oversold, undersold. It's like oversold. I can go more. I can be more oversold. It's like that GIF where, like, the guy is splitting. And it's like, I can go down lower. I can go down lower, right? So it's one of those situations, and we've seen it happen, especially in CPI days and FMOC days. So again, I'm being careful here. I would love to see a pop so I can short it first. To me, this is the ideal entry. So I think patience will pay in a case like this. We have. I don't want to say we have to, but it is logical for us to see some sort of pop here, a little bit of a relief rally, right? Let's see if VIX has some major line coming up. This could be it. So we see a drop here on the VIX. This was from the tech pump that we had, and we're at the 21 MA. So yeah, we're not really seeing any help from VIX here. All right, so okay, market pulling back a little bit here makes sense. Probably people who were backed from yesterday just getting out. So Apple falling back to the 2%. Makes sense. Again, Apple's news was pretty damn bad. Like, I'm not. It's not a meta situation where it's gone, but for now, for the moment, it is not good news. And we know China is not a country that cooperates. It seemed a very targeted move, to target the zone where Apple is. Could be nothing. Could be, it is for whatever, for a different reason. I'm not gonna say it's a logical reason because I don't know. I don't want to talk about the COVID and all that stuff. We don't want to go there. But basically, unless they unlock the zone and people can start going there and working again, this is going to be a very big problem for Apple, right? And and again, don't forget, guys, like Christmas is coming up, Black Friday is coming up. Like the next quarter for anyone who sells anything is going to be very major quarter. So you don't want to start seeing delays now. Like it's not December, but people are stocking up, last month and this month as well. So production is going to be super super critical, and we know how Apple is, right? So we know Apple moves the market at this point. It used to be Tesla and Apple, now it's just Apple. So maybe Apple can give us a look here, right? So sorry, some insight here. So Apple right on the 141 resistance, 141.9 resistance here. Sorry, support, and it's just like it's consolidating a little bit here. So I would say with the stand reason, if Apple breaks this support and keeps going down, it will drag the market down with it. It does have some room to go down here some more, but my best guess is that it tried to go for the 50 MA break, and this is where we might get a bounce on the market here. honestly, is I don't want to say it's shaping up to be a choppy day, but we're not really getting any signals here from anything so far. We usually don't get much signals in the open anyway, but this is extra weird, and it makes sense if you think about it again from a psychological level. Sorry, standpoint. Like, people, of course, will be scared, right? They don't know what's going to happen. Are we gonna get one of those big Shrek Dick Green days where it just absolutely reverses, and everyone is, we're getting a short squeeze and everyone is freaking out? Or will it be just like more death? The charts are saying one thing, technicals are saying one thing, the fundamentals are saying something else. So I don't know. Uh, we'll have to see. But for now, we're gonna keep our heads on our shoulders. What is the trend? The trend is going down. What did the Fed say? They said no pivot, no pivot soon. Inflation bad. Everything is bad. Now, this is what I want to talk to you about, though. The reason, again, like I said yesterday, if you remember, if you were with us yesterday, and thank you for joining us yesterday, if you were, you saw with me, right? The guy was pretty damn dovish, right? Until that asshole from I don't know who started asking him. He told him that the market was going up, and he freaked Powell, and he just turned like extremely super hoggish. If you guys remember my reaction yesterday, I was like, that's it. He flat out said it, and I couldn't believe. Like, I thought he was gonna dance around it. Everyone thought he was gonna dance around it, but because of the asshole guy, who had to ruin it for everyone, he had to flat out say it. Like, no, no, things suck. No pivot, right? Like, flat out, like, please don't go up. And of course, that guy, by the way, for those of you who don't know, he was lying, right? I don't know if he seriously needs to be investigated. I think I'm gonna jump in and put here. Okay, so we got a fill for a put. I got a tomorrow put, by the way, guys. As you can see here, November 4th, tomorrow, 3,630 put. The only reason I got 3,630 put is because it's cheap. That's all, right? So if you can get something closer to the money, go for it. I'm just, getting something, that's relative to my account size here, a little less than 5%. Why? Because as you may have noticed from my tone, I'm not super certain on direction. So, Angelique says they agreed on the analysis for JPOW. Thank you. What put 3,630 expiring tomorrow. If you can afford something closer to the money, Angelique, go for it. Again, like I said, the reason why I got this one is because it represents around 5% of my account, right? So it costs $450 and my account is 5,700. So approximately, right, like 5-ish%, because I don't have that much confidence in the direction we're going on here. So again, it will be a starter. I can always add more to it as we go up if we do, or can keep going down here, and I'm very happy with my entry. So that being said, so the only reason why we might see a reversal today and this just exploding on the way up is because we saw the report that came out, right? The market did not pump on nothing, right? Again, Jay Powell came in prepared to be hawkish. Dovish, right? He started dovish. He came in. The report that came out before he was speaking was dovish, right? This is why we had the pump. This is why everything was pumping until the asshole ruined it for us, right? So so it seems that he did not come in. He did not wake up choosing violence that day, right? That was not his intention. This is not what he had in mind. But when he found out, when the guy was like, oh, the market is running, right? The market is just going nuts, right? Because of what you're saying. Are you happy with that? So you could see his face. You could literally see his face, and he starts coughing and he starts getting uneasy. He literally starts freaking out, right? And he needs to salvage this, or otherwise, everything that he's worked for is ruined, right? For the past couple of months. The last thing he wants is for the markets to run. So this is what happens. So it could be argued that we get a reversal here based on people thinking, well, hey, Powell was pushed to be hawkish, but he was not necessarily hawkish to begin with. He does not want to see a huge rally, but he doesn't. But again, because yesterday Powell did not close the door for anything. He did not close the door for 50. He did not close the door for 75 or 100 or 25 or zero next month. He literally said what he always said, right? He said, we're gonna watch and see. If we have to, we'll go there. But if we don't have to, we'll just stay on course. My expectations, honestly, 50 next meeting, and I do think that we see decent CPI numbers, not the best CPI numbers, but I do think we see decent CPI numbers, next week. This is my guess. At the end of the day, it is a guess, right? I have nothing to support that, and honestly, at this point, like, the only thing we can do is guess, right? It is what it is. So, that at least for me, this will be my analysis of the situation here, right? So, all right, so stupid IKBR is not updating this, but we should be up like, I think at least $300, if not more, on this one here. So I'm gonna see if you can get a fill. Yeah, we're up $230, but of course we're a little slow because stupid IKBR did not update it. This is my problem with IKBR, honestly, guys. Like, it when at times of volatility, it is very slow to update anything, like ridiculously slow, to the point where like yesterday I was unable to sell because it wouldn't update. I didn't know how much up or down I was, right? And I wasn't able to place an order. And once I did, it was too late and I couldn't get a fill, like just right now here, right? So, yeah, it is what it is. Anywho. So if anyone managed to get out, congratulations. If not, if you weren't able to get a fill like me because you have a ship broker, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I'm just gonna cancel this at this point. Might as well let it ride, oh well. Anywho, so let's see what the market is doing here today. Like I said, we will try to build a put position, but if you can get out, on a big dump like this, because the reason why I wanted to get out is IV, right? Like when you get a big straight candle down, usually like you'll never get as good of a price as if you would have exited at the bottom of this candle, which we would have, but yeah. So we're gonna have to wait and see here. Also, don't forget, guys, the more it drops down, the more we are closer to being like, the more we get oversold more. Okay, so again, if you look here, look at this. Like, we're pretty damn oversold. So a little bit risky, but I'm not gonna go against the trend. Again, I'm just, like I said at the beginning, what I was trying to say is Fed at the end of the day was hawkish, right? And the trend is going down. So why go against the trend? Why fight it? Let the market guide you until something else happens, right? Until something else happens that changes our perspective. I don't see any reason why we should not be in puts. All right, so I think I'll probably just be safe and close it here if I can get a fill. Son of a... It seems like IKBR is going out of its way for me not to get a fill. Wow, this is very annoying. If this reverses on me, I'm gonna be like pretty mad here. IKBR, this is not a good look for you. This is seriously not a good look for you, man. Anyway, all right, so let's see here. I'm guessing sorry about that. I'm guessing Apple is the one leading the charge on this fall here, right? Because it seems Tesla is still doing a little well. Wow, oops, Apple 3%. That is not good. So it lost that support here. So again, expectations were correct. We said if it loses this one here, it's gonna pull the market right down with it, and it seems like it did, right? So that was not a good look. It looks like we are finally out, right? So we're 5,900, so that's nice. Good start to the day. Okay, so again, I'll be looking for more puts only. I will not be looking for any kind of calls here. No matter how things get oversold, it's way too risky. Jay Smooth, how's it going, buddy? Morning, my good friend. You missed me getting mad at my broker and blaming him, blaming them for not filling my order. So you missed that. But yeah, the market is, I don't know. Again, my worry is that this reverses and goes up and fill the gap, as unlikely as it is. I think I'm just gonna keep buying next day or Monday puts and just scalping them, until it reverses. When it reverses, I'm just gonna keep adding more puts here. But basically, like we got in here on this pump, right? And we shorted it down. I'm just gonna keep shorting pumps here. Right? I think this does seem to be like the flavor of the day here. I don't know. We might get some consolidation here today for the rest of the day or something like that. So I'm just, I don't know. I think this is the best play. If it falls more, it falls more. I'm not chasing it, not catching falling knives here. No, thank you. So I think that's a play here for the day. Jason Muting, LOL daily for me. I keep expecting them to put money in it. They better, right? They better. Come on, like we use their platform. We pay them so much in fees. It'll be interesting once we're done with the channel, right? Sorry, the challenge. It'll be interesting to go in and find out how much fees did I pay throughout this challenge, right? That would be pretty damn interesting, right? Because I'm pretty sure already, like, so far in this challenge, we paid them like quite a bit of money. SEI says last 2 days hasn't filled the gap. Yeah, again, it used to be before this COVID, before all that stuff happened, before the QE and the QT and all that stuff. Not before the QE, but before the QT, right? So before the QT, gaps used to fill, if not the same day, tops the next day, right? That used to happen just like that, right? So we always got a gap fill. Now that's no longer the case, right? It goes, I don't want to say days, dude, sometimes it goes month, right? Let's see if we can show you this here. But if you go into 1 hour, there are gaps that have not been filled in month, right? Look at this gap here. Gap from 19th of August, right? This gap on the way up here still has not been filled, right? This gap is waiting to be filled, right? Like from 2 months ago. Okay, so yeah, it used to be ETFs filled gaps quickly. I'll tell you something about ETFs though. Gaps will eventually be filled. This is not gonna stay, unfilled here for a long time. Eventually, it will get filled. It could take months, but it will get filled one way or the other, right? Unless, of course, the U.S. economy completely collapses. In that case, that's a different situation. But I don't think that would be the case, right? Even if it is, like, trading is the last thing we have to worry about. 2030 will be. I mean, yeah, like going, by the slow pace that it has been, I would not be surprised. But yeah, not impossible, man. Not impossible. Like it could take time. It could take time. So, but it will get filled, right? So definitely not 2030, but it could take a couple of months. Once we make, if we keep going this route, CPI comes bad, guys. This is the nail in the coffin. Honestly, CPI comes bad. I don't know. There's no reason why we're not getting a new 52-week low, right? Like this is it. That's it. Oh, I mean, what more do you want, right? So I know there are other numbers, PCE, job data, all the stuff, but CPI comes in hot. I don't know. I don't see we might get the fifth 75 point. That'll be pretty damn bad. Which is funny because J Powell said when he first did the 75 points, he's like 75 are not gonna be common, right? Now they are the norm. Now we have to worry about 100 points. Man, this is just absolutely crazy here. Let's see what the Fed Watch tool is gonna tell us, right? So this is this is where they look at futures, the price. Oh wow, right. So yesterday when we had the big drop and after the Fed spoke and everything, by the end of the day, this had higher odds. So this is 50 points, this is 75 points. We're currently at 375 to 400, right? So 425 to 450, that would be 50 points, right? And 450 to 475, that'd be 75 points. So the markets right now is starting to price in 75 points for next meeting has a higher chance of happening than 50, right? So this is just absolutely bonkers here if you think about it. So right now the market, I mean, it's almost 50-50, but the market is going to start pricing in the rate hikes, like another 75 points for the next meeting. So if CPI comes in cool, right? It's not hot, it's not bad. This will very quickly reverse. We'll get a squeeze and the market can go up. So some hope, we have some hope. It's not the end of the days yet. Again, we have many possible catalysts, but the problem is these are catalysts that no one has any control over per se, right? Like the war in Ukraine ending, China, fixing their supply chain issues and ending the COVID zero bullshit that they've been going on about, right? And all that stuff. So any of these problems getting solved is an immediate jump in the market, right? Big moves up. We also have midterm elections coming up, and where you'll start seeing politicians, just again being aggressively bullish toward policies and markets and things. They want to get businesses to donate, right? They need businesses support, for their campaigns, so they're gonna, appease to these businesses. And of course, some of them make deals with these businesses, indirect, if you will, like to get campaign, donations and all that stuff. So they're gonna have to maybe fulfill some promises that they made to these people donating, so they'll ease up on some laws, zoning stuff, all that stuff. Again, you'll see a lot of changes now. This is why usually the market runs during the midterm elections, because usually politicians are in a very giving mood during these times, right? So all right, so I am again basically waiting for a run up here to again shorten on the way down. This is just too risky. You never know. This will be a bad entry. You don't want to chase. We made a couple of $100 so far, so that's not bad. I'm pretty happy with that. Again, so now we're almost like what, $800 or $700 from the high here. So our high was 6,700, right? So we're getting closer, right? We're getting closer. That would be nice. All right. So that being said, while the SPY does its thing, is it possible that we can find a different play here on another stock? Look, AMD's doing very well. That's nice. Okay, so this relative strength, to the market is very interesting to me, because you guys already know, like I told you about Tesla this morning, but I am, from before, that I'm very bullish on AMD long term. I am bullish also on Netflix, right? Long term. So these are two companies that I'm bullish on for swings. AMD I'm bullish on for leaps, not just swings. So I'm pretty damn bullish on it long term. Tesla, 100% bullish on it long term. By the way, our account size is too small. That's the only problem. And if it wasn't for the hiccup yesterday, we would have been like 10K plus so far. And once we get maybe, I don't know, to 25K or above, something like that, I'm gonna start buying leaps in this account, because I want to show you guys the power of leaps. But let's assume, just like you guys, of course, you're not bound by my small account issues. So if you have an account and you want to buy something long term, I'm not saying these are the end all be all prices for Tesla, for example, or AMD, right? They will probably go down some more. I'm just saying right now, it's not a bad idea to start buying right now, right? It's not a bad idea at all to start buying some long term. If you can buy shares, go for it. If you can buy 1.5 year out, 2 year out leaps, those again will be a good time. Don't go all in. Just start, averaging, on the way up. This is a bull flag on Tesla, by the way, right under the level here that I'm looking for. So I'm looking for this resistance to break, and for the 200 MA to break as well. We see this break. I'm going for a swing here on Tesla. I think it's too juicy to skip. But back to my main point, you have companies like AMD, where we have the worst behind us, right? Tesla, again, decent earnings. Amazon, they took a big hit. I'm not gonna lie here. But do you think Amazon is done for? Right? Like, this is not a meta situation here, right? This is not meta. Is meta done for? Yeah, they're hemorrhaging cash, and with their current state, they're not gonna stop hemorrhaging cash, because Zuckerberg is not abandoning his meta project, right? Whether that works or not, that is to be discussed. But for now, they are hemorrhaging cash. Will remain hemorrhaging cash for the next probably 3 to 4 years. I don't want to ride that with him, right? Let him figure it out. When he does, I'm getting into Meta. But Amazon, that was just a setback, right? That was just a setback. Okay, the numbers were not good. I'm not saying the earnings, I'm not justifying the earnings. The earnings were pretty shit. Fair enough. And it took the hit it deserved for those shit earnings. But will it have these problems 6 months from now, a year from now, 2 years from now? I don't think so, right? How low can Amazon go, right? Can it hit 75? Maybe. But if you're buying shares and starting out here at 90, that's not a bad place to start. You know, this is not a bad place to get in 15% of your eventual position, 20% of your eventual position now is not a good start. No one knows, not me, not anyone in the world knows how low this thing will go, right? We don't know. Tomorrow the market could reverse and keep running to infinity and you missed it, right? Good idea to, average down. Jay says, missed your SPY put entry just now. Did you miss it or did I miss it? I got stopped out by the bullish super candle. What the fuck? Oh, wait, where's the bullish super candle? Nah, I missed it. Damn. I'm rambling. Okay, screw you, Amazon. Screw you, Tesla. I hope you both fall some more. Yeah, I missed the spike. What the hell? We're gonna get more. We're gonna get more. Yeah, I missed the spike. Thank you, Jay. Thank you for letting me know. Nah, it's okay. Like, we'll probably go up some more. I think it's starting to curl up a little bit here, right? Like, we're seeing, maybe, possibly, if this body ends up closing right above this level right here, yeah, it might start curling up. Don't forget, like, we're very oversold on the 5 minute, and on the 1 hour, we're pretty damn oversold, right? Look at this. It's just like, this is way too much, man. Like, way too much. So we'll get more opportunities, right? It's not gonna keep going down. I don't think it can. We're down a lot, like 1.3%, right? At some point we're 1.5%. That's nothing to sneeze at, right? So all right. So let's see here. We have to break the 50 MA first before starting to fill the gap. So this is just something to keep an eye on here. I'm just gonna move my broker to the other screen just in case we get a nice entry here. I'm just gonna be ready. Fix. Alright. So I have my options chain locked and loaded. Tomorrow puts, and we'll see. We'll see what is available here to play with soon. As soon as we get some sort of move here. But again, all I'm saying, guys, is that if someone wants to start, building something, if for your 401k or Roth IRA, or you just want to hold something for a long time, you don't want to keep swinging and trading, now is a good time to start building your position, right? So again, look at the market, how much down is it since yesterday, and look at what AMD is doing, right? So if you have bought AMD before the FMOC meeting, you would have actually had a better entry price, believe it or not, right? So you guys remember where we got our hold on, let me just show you this. You guys remember where we got our first calls for the swings, right? So it was somewhere around here or here, I don't remember, but it was in this stupid channel that we're still stuck in, right? So even after the FMOC meeting, we didn't really hear that much, right? So this is what I was talking about. This is why I had January swings, because again, like, it's still holding despite, like, if it can go through what we went through yesterday with the FMOC meeting, I really think it goes through, a few more things. Looks like it's just going to hold here and consolidate. To me, this looks like AMD is just bottoming out, period. So I could be wrong, but again, that's why I'm saying, average in. It's not a bad place to start averaging in. Just my 2 cents, right? Hopefully, I can amass enough cash soon in the small account so you guys can see the power of that. Now, we have a very nice candle here. This is a beautiful, beautiful candle. I want to see the 21 MA test here for a starter. We probably break through the 20 MA. I think we had the 50 MA at least. But I'm gonna start, like, getting in as soon as we hit the 21 MA probably. So let's see what's on the table here. All right, so I'm gonna place an order here and let's see if it gets filled or not. Uh, yeah, wow, it immediately got filled. Okay, I didn't think it would fill it immediately. So I got 3,615 tomorrow puts. Again, if this goes up some more, I'll be averaging down. But if not, again, I'll be holding it for a scalp just like the last time. Yeah. And again, don't forget, it is possible that we just, this goes up a lot and starts filling this gap here. For me, where I absolutely get out, I'm like, no play, no thank you, no sir, is if it breaks this here and starts going for 200 MA, yeah, I'm out of here. Like, no thank you. I'm not waiting to see what happens above there, right? That is scary level for me, holding puts, right? So this is why though I have time on it, because we might start chopping at some point, or we might get a bigger move later on. So I don't want to miss it. Angelique saying check Tessie. All right. And J Smooth is asking spy put. Yes. Yeah. So I got an SPX. You can get a spy or futures, or like they're all the same. So all right. So what's okay? So Tesla looks like it broke our line. So Tesla is getting close here to my trigger, right? But it is a bit overbought. So I'll just I want to see test this first before doing anything here, but it is definitely getting very close to my trigger here. If this breaks 200 MA and holds, yeah, I'm going in here for a little play, right? And I think options, a move on Tesla will be very nice, since it's gonna be pretty damn close to expiry here, Friday, right? So Friday is tomorrow, so we can see a pretty damn nice move on Tesla here. It's almost like 1 DT right? 1 day expiry. So they'll be pretty damn cheap too. If anyone, like if you guys have a really small account and you're worried about size or getting in, we can definitely be seeing, some nice moves here on Tesla today, right? So you're gonna need the market conditions to help you though. Again, it does seem like Tesla and AMD are like, they're pretty much saying like, fuck you market conditions. We're gonna do what we plan to do today. Like you see Apple here pretty damn bad, Amazon bad, Microsoft bad, right? Communication sector, all of it is bad. Netflix, Meta, Google, all bad. Healthcare, mixed bag here. Sava is up, probably have some news about their testing stuff. Finance is just doing absolutely horrible, which makes sense because if the market is expecting a recession, right, then finance is gonna be severely hit by that, right? So that's gonna be a problem. Retail mixed bag. So it does seem that AMD and Tesla, they on their own have individual relative strength to the market. It's just something to keep an eye on here. I don't see Tesla going honestly up like 5% without the market helping it, but I could be wrong. But I'm just gonna go with my plan here. If it breaks this, consolidates, right, and holds this 200 MA, then I will go for a play. If not, then I'm not gonna go for a play, right? In either cases, I'm ready. Will is saying Tesla strong today. Wow, indeed, my friend. Hayden, nice 30% my port from Tesla. Let's go, Hayden. Well done, my friend. Well done. All right, so back to our spy. Let's see what spy is doing here. So spy is still hanging around this area, right? So I don't see an exit or a reason to add yet. So we're just gonna let it do its thing here for a while. No rush. So we're gonna monitor the spy, and actually we can, you know what? We can look at two stocks at the same time. I have a premium plan. There is a reason why I'm paying for the premium plan, so I can look at stocks at the same time. So we have SPY here, and let's have Tesla here, right? And no symbol. Okay, so you Tesla, and you will be SPY. There you go. Okay, so this is of course the 1 minute. We want the 5 minute here. Okay, much better, right? So this way we can monitor them both together, so we don't miss an entry, right? So we see here a rejection of 200 MA on Tesla. So I hate being out of day trades. Yeah, I know, man. I know the feeling. Like that's like, but sometimes it's a blessing, right? Because You know, and I'm sure you've had these days where like you end up green, then you overtrade too much and you end up losing a whole bunch of money, right? So like these days you were like, why did I not run out of money sooner? It's very interesting to see like the correlation. Look at this. It's almost the candles moving in sync together, SPY and Tesla, right? Very, very interesting, right? They're almost in sync. So since I'm not in Tesla yet, I want it to go down some more because I want the SPY to go down some more because I have a SPY put, right? So let's see here. Again, like I said, you can see really the like honestly, it's kind of beautiful if you know at some point it's just like they're literally moving in sync together. So if that's the case here, then I would like for Tesla to hit the 50 EMA so we can get a low here, right? So I can exit my puts, and then I would go in Tesla here on the 50 EMA rejection and just, you know, go for calls. That would be the ideal scenario. I don't know if it will play out, but this is what I hope for, you know. You don't always get what you hope for, but you can hope for it. Check VIX slide 40 cents. Yeah, as long as it's above 26, yeah, it's gonna be a bearish day, honestly. You know, we're gonna need to see a substantial drop in VIX for anything to change here today. You know, like it has to be like a genuine substantial drop, right? Like under 26, you know, under like 25.5, something like that. So we'll see. Nice plan. Let's see if it works. What about plan B? Well, plan B in that case, I would get Tesla and average down on SPY, right? So Tesla breaks and start consolidating around here. So this is my trigger to go into Tesla. So I'll go into Tesla. And my plan originally for SPY is that if it goes down, I exit. If it goes up, I'll add some more for tomorrow. So in either case, we're buying something here, right? In either case, we have something to trade. So we're just gonna be patient with it for now. You know, let it do what it wants to do. This is why we have this nice relaxing music here, so we don't go nuts. All right, so we're still waiting here. So believe it or not, we're still green a little bit here on the SPY put, which is very interesting, you know, given that it spiked up so much. So that means we had a good entry. That's nice. So again, when a situation like this, you know, like again, I was like, remember what I said, guys, in the beginning. I was like, you know, if we get a rally today, it will be a Tesla-led rally. This comparison here 100% confirms this thesis, you know, from this morning, right? So we can see 100% correlation almost between these two. It's as if they're the same stock, right? You almost can't tell. So that makes sense here that if Tesla rallies, it will just pull the market up with it. Like look at AMD, it's up now, it's 2.5% almost, but it's not moving the market on its own. Only Tesla is deciding what the market will do, right? So we're back to the days, you know, Angelique remembers those days because me and her used to trade Tesla a lot when the group first started. But basically, Tesla was the one that led the market, right? It was, you know, the market decider. It was the one who said what goes up and what goes down, right? And look at this here, right? See, look at this, just like crazy, right? It goes up, it goes up. It just like, look at it, just pulling the market up. Like I said, if there will be a rally, it will be a Tesla-led rally, right? Look at Nvidia. Yeah, dude, look at AMD, right? So AMD is pulling Nvidia up, right? Don't forget, AMD still has Nvidia still has earnings, I think around the 13th or something like that, if I remember correctly. So what do we know is going to happen here probably with Tesla? Tesla might go up and then go back down and test 200 MA, and if it does, it will push this back under the 21 MA2. So might be a good idea to add some puts here. I am tempted to wait. I don't want like you know, I'm always greedy for a better average. So I'm tempted to wait for it to test the 50 MA. You know, There you go. Looks like it's going for it. Yeah, so I might average down a little bit here, just a little bit. There you go. Got to fill, right? So I added to my put, guys. Same put, just added a little bit here. You know, does not need to exactly hit the 50 MA, considering also here that we have this level of resistance here, so it might not go up all the way. It just needs to be in the vicinity, right? So yeah, so I got a fill on my put at 265, I think, which is around what yes, this is the price where it's at right now. And yeah, so now that I average down here on my spy puts, I'm not gonna average down again until it goes up to a major level. I'm not interested in that as well. So I'll be focusing here a little bit on Tesla, right? So I want to see the 200 MA hold, because if it holds, then you know we might get a little run up here to 225 area, right? Which would probably coincide exactly here with the 375 level, which makes sense that we test this level here. This is the level where we plotted this morning. This is the pre-market high, right? So would make sense to see you know, SPY going up and testing it, but not just the SPY going up and tested it, also Tesla going up and testing its upper level here. So we're gonna have to wait and see. Of course, it could just, like, Tesla could just lose all this and go down, SPY could lose all this and go down. We don't really know what's going to happen, right? So this is why we have our levels. This is why we're ready. You know, if we see an opportunity, we're gonna jump immediately. What is the biggest percentage play you've ever made? I think it was AMD. Sorry, AMC. AMC, because I think I got in at man, I haven't slept since yesterday, so my memory is not the best here. I know I made 42,000. It was not my biggest gain. I know I made $42,000 on AMC, and I know I sold it like in the 60s at very close to the top, and I got on. It wasn't 5, it wasn't the bottom, it was 7ish, something like that. I got in at 10, and then I averaged down at 5, so I think I had an average of 7ish, something like that. So that was quite a nice bit percentage gain. I think my biggest gain was on an OTC play. That I think it was like well above 10,000%. I don't know if you guys know OTC plays. These are like stocks that are like 0.000 something, and it moved up, like it moved from like sub penny, and it moved up all the way, I think, like to $2, something like that, in one day. Of course, they don't have options, but if you know, as you can imagine, shares were more than enough. So yeah, I think that was my biggest percentage gain. I don't remember the stock name. I'll try to find it out, and I'll get back to you on that one. But that was definitely my biggest percentage gain. The biggest money gain I made, it was, I think, it was a biotech company. It was phase 3 results being announced, and they got it, and I made like, it was like my I never had a 6-figure play like in the same day, honestly. Now, this is yet an achievement I have to achieve, but I got, it was definitely above 50K. I think it was 70ish, something like that. That was my biggest gain I ever made in one day. So yeah, that was pretty interesting. All right, so okay, so far here, still Tesla is still testing 200 MA. SPY still going down here a little bit, and our put again looks like the average was, well, because you know we're only a tiny bit red here, even with the huge run up. So that's nice, right? That means we're getting in for good prices. Oh, this is not good. Just in, Pakistan's ex Prime Minister Imran Khan saw shot at a rally. Now, this is bad, not just of course for Pakistan and Pakistanis, you know. And if anyone here is from Pakistan, you know, I'm sorry about that. But this is very important because you guys know there's very high tensions between India and Pakistan, and you don't want you know, people to start throwing in you know, throwing in like casting doubt at each other. You know, did you do that or do you do that? So, in addition to this being horrible news, you don't want to see anyone shot, no matter who they are. But this is not good. Uh, you know, hopefully he's okay. It doesn't say die; it just says shot. So, yeah, this is not good. This might freak out the market a little bit here. White House is clean. U.S. is not in a recession. Dude, to go away. See, this is what I'm talking about. People are again, like we're gonna start seeing bullish shit from the White House, from the government. All right. So Tesla's still unable to break the 200 MA. But again, this is not really a hard rejection here, right? So, not all hope is lost, right? This is not like, unless we see a hard rejection here, this is fine. This is it's just testing it. It's trying to figure out what it wants, so that's okay. You know, that's okay. Order ticket. I'm just gonna have it ready here in case Tesla doesn't move. And on a day like this where things can turn bearish very, very quickly, I don't want to get stuck in calls here. I don't want to be predicting anything. If Tesla can't break, Tesla can break. It is very tempting to get in here, and guess that it's gonna go up some more. But I'm not gonna do that. Like, this is just, it's too risky, right? So it's too risky. It holding this support here is definitely a very good sign. I have to say, you know. And I love this about Tesla now. Like, after the split, like, options are super cheap. Like, I can get like add the money options here calls for $3.70, $370. You guys remember like where Tesla calls were like $1,500 or something like that? I remember with a small account, when I was doing the small account challenge, I couldn't trade Tesla. This is why I started trading the QQQ, because at that time I was really into Tesla, or I was really into losing my money to Tesla. Tesla hates me. For those you don't know, like, I consider myself a good trader. Hopefully, people see that as well. But I suck when it comes to trading Tesla. Tesla is not a bad company. I am a bad trader when I come to trading Tesla. Oh, nah, like, this is why I stopped trading it here. Okay, Tesla is starting to make some moves here. This is an interesting candle. Will says ex prime minister. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, he is the ex prime minister. Angelique Wright, Tesla wasn't yeah, exactly. It was, it wasn't affordable at all. It was very, very expensive. And now, like, now you can very easily get into, like a couple of options on a small account, and you can trim and you can do a lot of things, so that's always very nice. So, all right, so we're still waiting for Tesla here to break the 200 MA, and finger is on the trigger, right? Ready to pull the trigger here, you know, as soon as Tesla, gives us the go ahead. I'm gonna get like 3 contracts. I'm guessing it's gonna cost me like in total $500, which is as much as I'm willing to go here. So we had a rejection of the 50 MA here, if you guys can see on the chart. Rejection of the 50 MA on the SPY, which might push Tesla down here. Tesla has not yet reacted to it. I think also the SPY is starting to get a push from other companies as well. So AMD, Monster pulling up Nvidia with it. Unfortunately not pulling up the whole sector with it, but still, like Qualcomm, obviously they missed earnings. That was pretty bad. You can see here they're down a lot. But Tesla is, of course, pulling the EV sector, so that makes sense. Let's see here. Apple is just like still doing horribly. Apple is just like, Apple is flirting with 140, guys. So we might see a bounce, because 140 is a very psychological level here. For Apple. Remember when I told you Amazon would not break the 100 level? It's almost impossible, and it didn't. It just kept falling down. I don't know if Apple will not break the 140 level, but I think it will take a lot of firepower to get through 140 on Apple here. Yeah, obviously, like, this makes sense here to see this consolidation. I don't see Apple losing 140 very quickly. The market can still surprise us, but I'll be very, very shocked to see Apple just, losing it that like that. Like, I don't think so. So we might see, if we see a bounce on Apple here because of this level, it will push Tesla. Yep, there you go. And Tesla will push the SPY, and this begets that, begets that. Might, yeah, let's jump in here. You know, it's not my best entry, but what the hell? So I got in a few Tesla calls. Let's see if they play out or not. I would have loved a candle close above the 200 MA, right? So this is a risky play, but my reasoning here is, my best guess is this will be a strong psych level for Apple where it will bounce off and just pull the market up with it. So this is honestly like my reasoning for it. So we're gonna have to see if I'm right or wrong here on this one. This level is gonna be super important for it to break. Let's go, Tesla, let's go. And of course, keep stops tight on Tesla, right? So, you know, we start seeing it lose the 200 MA properly, then, you know, it's better to cut it and move on, you know? So just something to keep in mind here. Apple not really giving us the bounce I had in mind yet. So we're gonna have to see. Again, Tesla still flirting with the 200 MA. That's why I said it's not the best of entries. Tesla is a Shizo stock. Okay, schizophrenic stock. Yeah, it is. It is. Again, like I said, you know, I always lose money on Tesla. Tesla's not been kind to me. What did you get on Tesla? Uh, I got I got Tesla November 4th 225 call. So I got the 225 calls. Uh, no, it seems SPY is going for the gap. Well, since I'm in Tesla calls, I don't mind. This honestly would be the best case scenario for me. Let SPY go for the gap. Let Tesla go up here. Sell my Tesla calls. Add more here SPY puts for tomorrow, and call it a day. Right? Like this would be my ideal scenario for now. Right? Since I'm in both positions that are in opposite directions. By the way, the only reason why I would get into two positions that are in opposite directions would not be as a hedge. This is not a good way to hedge. I will only do that when I don't mind me losing money on this position anyway. I don't mind losing on SPY because, again, like I said, you know, I expect it to go up. I don't mind if it goes up. If it goes down, I'll keep scalping, you know, and adding to my cash pile. But if it goes up, it goes up. I don't mind it. I want to add more. I want to build a nice short position, you know, for when we get a bigger drop again. So I don't mind this at all. This would be totally fine by me. Right. So this is definitely not a bull flag here on Tesla. This is some sort of consolidation. It does seem to have trouble. Like I said, this is going to be an important level to break here. If we see a break in this level, we'll probably get a huge candle after that because a lot of shorts might get squeezed. Because just like we position ourselves for call here, a lot of people will be positioning themselves for shorts right on the way down. So this might happen here. All right, so it will expire tomorrow, though. What will expire tomorrow? The Tesla or the SPY? Both of them actually will expire tomorrow. I don't know what the issue is. There you go. That's the big candle I was talking about. Etsy is crushing it. If you got in late yesterday, sadly I did not. Me neither, my friend. Sadly I did not either. I wasn't able to. So yeah, that was that. Okay, so there you go. You know, Tesla is moving. That's always nice. Uh, Hopefully it goes all the way up to 225. Again, like I said, ideally I would love for it to hit this level here and for the SPY to hit this level here. Whoever gets first, I will be closing that position and adding to the other. Right, so if Tesla gets here first, right before SPY gets there, so I'm closing my Tesla and I'm gonna start averaging down on my SPY. And of course, if SPY gets out here first, I'm gonna close my Tesla and then of course average down on the SPY, right? So that's definitely the play here. Tesla not looking super strong so far. I'm just gonna start trimming a little bit here. So just one contract, right? Not too much. Okay, so I sold one contract so far. I have three, by the way, so I still have two left, but I'm not liking, what I'm seeing here. And I am going to add, since we are above the 50 MA, and I said I would add at the 50 MA, so I will add one put here if I can on for the SPY, just in case, right? So again, it's just moving profit from one place and adding it to the other, securing profit, improving averages, and the such, just in case, of course, just in case, you know. All right, so let's see what Tesla does here. If Tesla, but again, Tesla goes under 200 MA, that will be my stop loss. I'm out, I'm done. Right, already secured some profit on Tesla, so I'm happy with that. Uh, so I'm very happy breaking even on the rest. Uh, or did you get further expiration? The prod, I'm not sure what you're talking about. If you can let me know specifically which call you're talking about here, I think I might be able to help you better. I don't know if you're talking about the Tesla or the SPY or which one. All right, so this is cool. This is a rare but ideal situation: the SPY going down and Tesla going up. So obviously, as you guys might have guessed, like this is the absolute best case scenario for me, right? So unsustainable as it is, I hope it keeps going, but I doubt it. I don't think that happens here. So we'll just wait and see. All right, so we have been streaming for an hour and a half, and here I want to ask you guys, do you want this to continue or is this boring? Like, do you think 1 hour, like now, around now, this is a good time to end the stream, or do you want to go on? Like, I don't mind going on for some more, but only if you guys are interesting. Like, what worries me is that I don't want you guys to get bored, so I usually end the stream right around here, but all right, so okay, looks like you guys are in. Okay, awesome. Yeah, definitely in. Awesome. I like trading with. Same here, man. I love this. Like, it's so much better. Like, I wouldn't have been in the Tesla play, if Angelique didn't, give me a heads up. UJ let me know about the thing. So, no, this is so cool, right? Like, it's very boring trading on your own, right? Like, it's so much better when you're trading with someone else. Like, you can bounce ideas off them. They can help you out. You can just chat. Like, I feel like trading is something people usually do alone, but like they really shouldn't. Honestly, this is so much more fun. All right, so we're all on the same page. And again, we're having this weird phenomenon that I'm not complaining about. I really hope this keeps going. The SPY just keeps going down and Tesla keeps going up. This is awesome. I love that. What positions did you start, Ash? I had meetings all morning. I'm sorry, my friend. Well, we scalped a little bit, and right now we have here Tesla. So we have Tesla November tomorrow calls, and we're playing that all the way up to 225 if we can get there. And we have SPX puts for tomorrow. We'll bring a short position. We have been adding only on spikes. So it's not too late, of course, to get in. We're a little bit down on that position, as a matter of fact. So, and we're only a little bit up on Tesla. So it's not late to get in on either. So if you want to jump in. All right, so back to that. Let's see here. A stream till 3 p.m. Elena says your voice is coming and voice me making harsh decisions. Hey, this is what we're here for. I'm very glad, that you've been benefiting from this, Elena. That's awesome. Will says this is a cool group and you're a cool guy for being in it, my man. Thank you, sir. Sorry, SPY puts, you got them for expiration tomorrow. So if SPY keeps running until tomorrow, they will be worthless. This is why we're averaging down. This is why we didn't just put in our old position. But of course, we have our limitations. So yeah, if SPY, we said, if you remember, a SPY, if it breaks above 375.38, we're gonna stop adding and we're gonna consider just getting out of the whole position because that will be a big no-no, right? So of course, like we do have limitations for it. We can't just keep adding, ad infinitum. That would be irresponsible. We'll probably end up just losing the whole account, honestly. So yeah, we wouldn't do that. All right, so Tesla is very close to where I would just cut it, honestly. If it loses 200 MA here, That's it for me. I will be out. Hopefully it does not. Hopefully we continue. Okay, so it looks like Tesla and SPY are back in sync, which is not the best situation because SPY looks a little bit bearish here. Look at this, two candles above the 50 MA failure two times. That's not very bullish, which we don't mind since we have SPY puts, but it's not good for our Tesla position. So we're gonna have to see here if the SPY goes for another retest of the 50 MA or it goes for the 21 MA. If it goes for the 21 MA, that means Tesla is going for the 50 MA. That'll be it for me. I wouldn't this is where I would just start cutting Tesla. So let's see what is going on here. Let's see what Tesla is going to do. Hmm. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get out of Tesla here. I'm not saying it won't run some more. I'm just saying, yeah, I got out here. No, it's too risky. I don't want to risk losing, the gains I made. I am good here with again, it could bounce off this and run some more, but that'll be it for me here. Too risky, too risky. Conserve capital, right? So name of the game is conserving capital. So we have better chances of going with the trend here on with SPY. So I'm gonna stick with that. Again, we can still see a huge rejection off, sorry, bounce off the 200 MA and a big bounce up, but little risky for me, a little too risky for me. Out Tesla holding one coin lotto put. I'm out of Tessie. Yeah, again, like I said, guys, it could go up. I'm not saying it couldn't. I'm just saying I am a little risk averse here on calls today. Uh, you know, like see again, it went up a little bit here. It could keep going, but I don't know. I'm too afraid of calls on a day like this and after the FMOC. So, nope. All right, so I'm just gonna go to the bathroom and I am going to do the bad thing that I did yesterday, which is smoke a cigarette. I'll be right back. Excuse me, guys. Oh, yes, and don't smoke. I am an idiot for smoking. Do not smoke. Forgot. Stupid Tesla. What did I tell you? No smoking club. Yeah, you're one of the good people. Yeah, you shouldn't smoke. Smoking sucks. Like, I'm a slave to my addictions. This is not a good position to be. It's not a good position to be a slave to anything. And yeah, it's ironic being, a slave to a stick, you know. But yeah, so Tesla went up again. Like I said, this you saw it live, guys. Tesla just absolutely loves taking my money, right? So look at it go up. Angelique, I blame you because we made an agreement that you would not let me trade Tesla anymore. We had a deal, and you said you're gonna make sure that I don't trade Tesla anymore. And now I lost money in Tesla. We didn't lose money in Tesla. We made actually a little money. We made like a few dollars. But yeah, like no, again, Tesla is one of those stocks that is like real talk now. Tesla is one of those stocks where the more you trade it, the more you're familiar with it. It definitely has like a character, persona of its own. And like if you get that persona, if you understand how it works, you will definitely can make a lot of money off it. So it's definitely one of those stocks. So the more I haven't traded Tesla for a while, so I'm not very familiar with how it works now. The time I was trading Tesla and losing money on it, where this is where we were getting bullish, indicators on the chart, but Elon was selling, so it was just dying off. Nothing it could not run at all. The market was running, it couldn't run either. So yeah, it was basically every opportunity is missed. So Tesla looks bullish. Spy looks a little bit bullish here. Looks like it really wants to go for the gap fill, right? So if it breaks this area here, if it breaks 372.95, let's call it 373. If it breaks 373, we can see a big candle all the way up to the gap fill, probably actually up to this level here. This is definitely a possibility. We're gonna have to wait and see what it does with the 50 MA here, if it loses for good or not. Susan says, piece of shit flies after a sell naturally. Not just you, my friend. Yeah, I did the same mistake here. Again, like I said, like Tesla is a stock with a very strong personality, right? When are you getting out of your SPX puts? Not today. Again, like I said, I'm building a position for tomorrow slash Monday. I might even roll the puts if I feel like we're not getting a big drop tomorrow. So again, since you're not here, I'm gonna tell you my reasoning for display. So my reasoning for display is that usually after big days of drops, we get consolidation, a little bit of consolidation here. Oh, I'm on the 1 hour on Tesla, not. So let's go for the 1 hour here on SPY, right? So this is what I'm going for here. The 200 MA is the gap fill. The 1 hour has been extremely oversold. So my guess here is that we go up here, consolidate a little bit, just reset the chart, cool off, and then we go back for a bigger drop, right? My line in the sand is, of course, here, 375.38. Until then, I'm just building a position. I'm slowly getting into more puts as we go up here. But of course, this is a very nice, consolidation. Sorry, this is a very nice, reset of the RSI here. So my hope is that it fills the gap, hits 200 MA, rejects, and start falling back down, or is unable to fill the gap and unable to break this resistance here and starts going down some more, because this is a level of resistance here. This is why we had the gap. So this is basically the play. So I will stay in it till tomorrow or Monday, for a bigger drop here. So we're gonna have just wait and see. But line in the sand for me is 375.4. This is where I'm gonna start seriously considering just taking the loss and moving on. All right, here, let's see what we got. Okay, so if we start filling the gap here, obviously I will be adding to my puts. So let's see what are. Okay, so they're down almost 30% here, at least the ones I have. My average is down 30%. So we're approaching the area where it is makes sense to add some here, because if it's unable to break this, then it will go down some more. But if it's able to break this, we can add, I will be looking to add two puts, not just one. So can add one here and one at the gap fill. We're gonna see. It just is pulling back. I don't want to add on a pullback. I'm gonna add on strength. Tesla is slowly climbing its way up here. Not seeing a big impulsive move yet, which either means, again, expectations here is as this starts filling the gap, you get again the big impulsive move on Tesla where it just starts filling this area here all the way up to 225. So this is, again, we can see the correlation between these two here, so definitely a possibility. Look at AMD, absolute beast, 5%, right? It's just like, again, it was just waiting for the FMOC madness to and it just like, it's basically going back and regaining everything here. Tesla up 2.5%. Apple, like I said, the 140 level is gonna be a pretty damn hard level to get rid of, right? So we can lose it today, we can lose it eventually, but again, it's not the level where just like you get this where you just slice through this level. Nah, it's gonna be pretty damn hard. Big psych level here for Apple. The equivalent of the 100 for Amazon. So definitely a level that will be defended for a little bit here. So, and this is definitely what we're seeing here on Apple. So just something to keep in mind here. Okay, so VIX again also at an important level here. VIX is at 26, right? So we see here this bearish H pattern forming. So look at this. So we have here this H pattern forming, which is a bearish pattern. We can see, this fall down all the way here. So again, everything is looking a little bullish here. I'm not gonna lie. So the VIX looks bearish, which is bullish for the SPY. The SPY itself looks bullish, which is bullish for the SPY. It does seem like we're gonna gap fill here, which could be a nice scalp if anyone's interested in that. I think I am okay with calls for now. I don't want to play two opposite positions. This is where you start losing a lot of money. So I'm just gonna say my puts here, but of course you guys are welcome to scalp this nice little gap here if it starts filling. Definitely a play. I personally will be adding one more put as a starter and looking to add more, of course, as the gap starts filling up. So I'm just gonna add little one here. I added it at 1.7, right? So the order filled, and we'll probably add another one here, right? Which will probably bring down, that'll be around like 1.45, maybe something like that, right? So we're gonna have to wait and see. Also, don't forget here, if you look at the chart for Tesla, it is getting into overbought territory. So something to keep in mind here. If you're still in Tesla calls, I would get out as soon as the gap fills here on the SPY, or it hits the 224.6 level here. Those will be two places that make sense to start trimming profits. Definitely look at that. The VIX is, yeah, it's starting to act out the H pattern here, right? So it is a possibility that we can see the VIX going down to around this level here. And if it breaks down this level, definitely makes sense to see hit the 25.6, which again is pretty damn bullish. I won't say pretty damn bullish, but it is bullish, right? So the main idea here again is, this does not mean that we're getting a reversal or anything like that. After this big drop here, again, if you just zoom back out here, this could be 100% a bear flag playing out. It makes sense here. So let's just look at a higher time frame. Yeah, it will make sense here. So we can see here again, expectations is it goes up here, fills the gap, is 200 MA. The idea is rejection and falling back through. We've seen this before, right? So sorry about that. So if we go back here, right, we've seen this happen, right? So on impulsive moves, tests, fails, and then finally goes down. So we get this consolidation, of course, before a directional move down or up, right? And you will see this happening, throughout the chart all the time. Again here, big move, consolidation, tested 200 MA, and then falling back down here. So we all know 200 MA is like a very, very important level, especially on higher time frames. So uh I'm gonna stick with my plan. I don't see any reason why I should change my plan here. I don't see any reason why I should cut my puts. I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing here. Of course, you guys are 100% free to do what you feel is right. Uh, Jay Smooth says my just got crushed. Yeah, like I said, dude. Like if you're feeling uncomfortable, if this is above your risk tolerance, feel free to get out of it. I am still risking only what I can, what I'm okay to risk for a play, which is not more than 20% of my account. So this is my the max position sizing. So I have been building up to 20%, which is my normal position size. So just keep that in mind. Wajid is asking, did you buy more spy puts? I got one a little bit ago. When I told you guys, so I got one around here, around when the gap was about to fill, right? So we're again seeing some resistance here on the gap fill. We're seeing also a weakness, a little bit of weakness on Tesla. So this is not what you want to see if it's gonna go up here and fill this gap. We're not seeing strong bullish movement, right? Like a big strong candle up. We're seeing this tiny moves up, which is, I mean, again, everything is pointing a little bit bullish here, but at the same time, we're not seeing strong volume coming in. Let's turn on the volume here and see how everything looks like. So yeah, this is shit volume. Okay, so look at that. So the volume here, so we had strong volume here at the open, which was bearish. So this is everyone, from yesterday who was like, hey, maybe we get a reversal. They were like, nope, no reversal. Let's get the fuck out of this. And they started selling. And you see the bearish part, right? Sorry, the bullish part. This is where we go up. This is where we see here the volume dying off, right? So we see it slowly dying off as we go throughout the day. Unlike Tesla, where the volume is, yeah, sure, we have these big spikes, but if you don't consider the big spikes, you see it's still kind of overall the same. This is why you had a nice, sustained bullish move up, right? So, like you can see here, the differences between these two. So this to me looks like this is just a consolidation move, or, just a relief move. This looks a little bit bullish to me so far. Now this candle here, it's again, this will be an important candle. We're gonna see where it closes. The body close of this candle is gonna be super important, so we're gonna keep an eye on it here. But yeah, for me, for now I'm still sticking with my plan. I don't see a need to change it. And again, I will repeat, guys, if you are uncomfortable with this position, please feel free to get out. Take a small loss rather than you take a big loss. It's these things are very subjective. They're different from person to person. I'm not even close. I'm not even like at my 20% position size yet. So I am still comfortable to add some more to my spy puts. I have no problems whatsoever. I can't afford to add more here. So just keep that in mind. Like if this goes up, all the way up to here, I will still be averaging down. So if it goes all the way up to here and then goes down, I could be getting out a place where you cannot get out because you also did not average down. So just something very important to keep in mind here. Okay. So, all right. So let's see here. Okay. While SPY and Tesla are doing their thing, let's have a look at everyone else. So VIX did not immediately execute on that H pattern here. So it fell down a little bit, but it's still struggling here. It's still, trying to hold this support slash resistance level. Okay, so this is something to keep in mind. AMD giving back a little bit of its gains here, which makes sense, right? It ran up too much, so of course it's gonna give a little back. Surprisingly, Apple starting to recover a little bit here, which makes sense. Like I said, this 140 level here is not a level that will be lost, easily. Since we're in puts right now, I hope we lose this level soon. But I wouldn't hold too much of hope for that. Shopify Beast, right? It has been going up for quite a while now. GitLab, like I said, GitLab is a stock. If you want something to scalp, it is a stock that you want to keep your eye on. It keeps getting these like I said, big moves up, big moves down, right? It's not a stock it is definitely a stock that has like life and action to it. It's very good for scalping, right? Like look at this, big moves up, big moves down, big moves up, big moves down. You know, it does seem like a stock that is very good for scalping. I'm gonna start trading this soon, again, because it does seem like a stock, you know, with a lot of life and action to it. So I don't think it's a stock that will be get bored at. Netflix not showing strength here, unfortunately. This is not a good sign for it. So the idea here is probably just pulling back, you know, after the big run that it had. All right, so let's get rid of this arrow here. Now, Netflix is going back to test 200 MA, and this is kind of pivotal because if we can get Netflix as a call, if it loses 200 MA, we can get it while it fills this gap here, so we can get it as a put. This is definitely a nice movement here. So if it loses 200 MA at 274.4, we have a gap fill that finishes at 250. That's 20 points. That is a lot. That is a big movement. That is a very big movement down. So if we can get the gap fill up, we get the gap fill down. But with Netflix, one way or the other, it does seem like we're getting a gap fill unless it's an asshole and just keeps chopping this new channel that it formed here. But I really doubt it. I think it's gonna move with the market, and it's gonna make a move, you know, soon, especially that it's right at 200 MA. Okay, so Meta, who cares? Google down. Healthcare, some life into it, a little bit, still a mixed bag overall. Finance, slightly better, definitely slightly better. SQ, so SQ has earnings today, and it does look a little bit bullish here, right? So, you know, on a day like this, and look at that, after the sell-off, we pretty much made back all the losses and then some. It does look a little bit strong here to me, but at the same time, it does look like it's really a little bit moving with the market here. You know, not it's not moving because people, again, I don't think people will be buying it this much if they weren't bullish on the earnings. I wouldn't take this alone as an indicator, but you know, like it is, the activity here on it is definitely very bullish. Oh, we need to look at coin. All right, so we just let's have a quick look at crypto. Let's see here. Citizen says, yeah, Meta is a shit stock. Like, come on, like it used to be like the market really used to react like a lot to Meta until, you know, like Zuckerberg ruined it. He Zuckerberg did. So, you know, okay. So, well, Bitcoin, I mean, you would think it looks a little bit bullish until you start zooming out and finding out that it's still stuck in a stupid channel, right? So, again, nothing really has changed here. We're stuck in this channel, by the way, since fucking June, right? Since June, we've been doing this, just, you know, going sideways. So, since June, we had a metric shit ton of bearish activity, and we're still not losing this level here, right? So to me, this kind of does seem like maybe this is bottom. You know, a lot of people are trying to figure out, you know, like where's the bottom for Bitcoin. But honestly, like, come on, guys, just think about this reasonably. You know, since June, this is what this is 7 month. This is not even 6 month, right? Almost 7 month now, right? And this is like, you know, the market went up a lot and down a lot, and this is what we're getting here. I don't know. It does not seem like, you know, like whoever is holding Bitcoin is, you know, and is not selling when it comes to this point, right? So this would be like maybe the Winklevoss twins, you know, large, very large institutional people, people who truly believe in Bitcoin, you know, people who are holding like millions. I think these people don't really care. I think they've been through so much, you know, before, that to them, like, this means nothing. And I think like these are the people who probably held through this and did not sell, and went through this and then this and did not sell, and through this and through this and did not sell. And yeah, they're probably like, if they're not selling here, they're not selling. I think the float, if you will, is locked here. I think that's it. I think that's it for crypto. I don't think we see Bitcoin or Ethereum go much lower than this. But we'll see. Who knows, right? Okay, coin. Coin is something that I'm most definitely interested on, and it is very, very critical levels here, right? Big move one way or the other. So estimate revenues is 650 million. Yeah, earnings EPS is negative, so they're expecting to lose money. So last time EPS 2 minus 2.4, and revenue is not, sorry, revenue is down. So whoever was said this morning that, like, they've been losing money, they've been losing users, and this makes, so they're probably gonna miss. No, again, it's about expectations. And again, like I said, this has been factored in. So last quarter they were expected to make 873 million. They missed, of course, and they made only 808. So this quarter they're now expected to make 640 million, right? So that's 200 million less in revenue. So like I said, like it, like the decline in user, decline in activity is kind of priced in already, right? It's already priced in. So this is not like it would miss, or it would go down some more if it does not hit this revenue, right? If it loses users more than we think it would have lost users, right? So this is what we need to figure out here, like how bad will this thing be, right? And same goes, of course, for EPS. So we're gonna need, of course, to look at unusual whales for activities, and check the sentiment around it. But before we do that, let's just quickly check on SPY here and see what Mr. SPY is doing. Let's have a quick look at Apple on the way up to. Need the 5 minutes here. So, all right. So Apple kind of reclaimed the 21 MA actually, which is a little bit bullish here, right? Tesla seems to be holding this level here, which is also a little bit bullish. Looks like it's slowly inching its way up there. With all this stuff, I'm guessing that probably the SPY should be up a little bit. Again, AMD is back to 6%. So I don't see why SPY would be down. Yeah, there you go. So SPY is up a little bit here since we left it. It's in the middle of a gap fill, right? So it's in the middle of the gap fill. Again, we're not seeing huge inflows. So let's turn back on the volume. Again, we're seeing it go up on declining volume, right? So this would be a low volume pump here. So again, the volume is declining, right? What you want to see is, the volume go up as, so we see here volume is on a downtrend, right? So ideally you don't want to see this, you want to see a sustained volume. Does not have to be increasing volume, ideally increasing volume, of course, because we all know that volume precedes price. But at least you want to see steady volume, which is not what we're getting here. So yeah, this is why we're not getting like big impulsive moves here. And it makes sense if you think about it. Like, people are scared to get in now, people are scared to buy in now. Market conditions are not super favorable right now, so a lot of people don't want to risk it. They would rather stay on the sidelines and see what happens before getting into anything else, especially after yesterday where they probably took a big fat hit. So I don't blame them. This honestly doesn't make sense to me. All right, so back to coin, right? So unusual whales. Okay, so we're gonna have to look at coin here. Let's see. Okay, so let's make sure first our filters are where we need them to be. So premium 25k, fine, we can start with premium 25k. Expiration all dates. I don't want all dates, I want the next few dates. So let's get 4 weeks out. 4 weeks out should be enough, right? So we're interested in people who are just specifically playing this here. And okay, so it's very important for us to make sure that we're not getting plays from yesterday where people are just buying puts because, of course, they expected coin to go down due to macroeconomical event, not due to earnings. So it's important to be able to distinguish between the two. So let's increase our premiums here a little bit to 100, right? So let's see. So today, everything above 100 was for the most part bearish, right? So it looks like today people are not super bullish on coin. Now, yesterday was the FOMC meeting and almost everyone was bearish on coin. The day before that, before the FOMC meeting, I would say more bearish than bullish, right? And the day before that, again, more bearish than bullish. The day before that, just bearish. and before that, a little bit bullish. So yeah, it seems like the sentiment for most part is bearish here on coin, right? So it does look like it does want to go down. Jay says, have a good one. I gotta go to an appointment. Thanks for the stream. Thank you for joining us, my man. Hope you had fun, and hope I see you tomorrow. Good luck with your appointment. All right. So, okay, back to coin. So, obviously, you know, the activity here is very, very clearly bullish. Sorry, bearish. You know, before the FMOC, during the FMOC, and after the FMOC, it does not look like anyone here is feeling very hot about Meta, right? So, sorry, coin. All right. So, it looks like we're getting a little bit back of a pullback here. We didn't even complete the gap fill. I say no, actually, it does look like we kind of completed the gap fill a little bit here, right? So, I wanted to average down, but I missed it. I'm not going to average down here. Let's see if it goes back up again or not. But I'm not going to average down here. I'm okay with that. Anywho, so all right, so this is now that's done. Let's have a quick look at Twitter. Let's see what people are saying. Maybe someone has some piece of information or DD that we have missed, right? That we don't know about. So let's see here. All right, so PB investing, I don't care. All right, flow from today. Let's see. All right, so it also looks like, you know, again, everyone is seeing what we're seeing. So this is a different tool used to measure, you know, the options flow, and looks like, again, everyone else is seeing also what we're seeing, bearish sentiment. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, this is definitely not a good sign. So 18 hours ago, Coinbase chief product officer has stepped down. Uh, does not necessarily mean they'll miss, but because, you know, people leave their jobs for a million years reasons. You know, it's not necessarily that the company is going down. He could have found a better job. He wants to spend more time with his family, retiring, disagreement with someone in the workspace. But definitely not a good sign either. So far, we're getting ticks, you know, for the bearish, for going puts. Let's see here. All right, so again, we see here these volume shelves, and we see a shit ton of supply right above here, the price action. Not really a good sign. Again, you know, if people were expecting a beat, you would see this volume shelf here below, not above. So it does not seem like people, you know, it looks like people are just like interested in shorting this more than they are interested in, you know, going long. Let's see here. Coin restructuring. Okay, so this could be something. So let's see what kind of restructuring they're talking about. Recent bounce. Coin puts added here. I like November monthlies. I don't blame you, my friend. Double inside monthly breakdown. ER soon. Yeah, obviously this looks like a, you know, a bear flag forming here, which is another technical reasons. You know, SPY looks like it. Looks like it wants to go down here. Here, companies reporting today with expected growth rates. Ouch. Look at this. Quarterly year-over-year revenue changes. Everyone, tech and most tech, I mean, like fintech companies, right? So SQ, PayPal, all of them, Dash, like again, they have year-over-year revenue changes and positive. Coin is basically hemorrhaging money, right? And losing a lot of revenue here. Tomorrow will be super ugly price action for Coin. It does seem like that, my friend. It does seem like that. All right, so we're not seeing anything specific here, other than this article that we're gonna check out. But it does look, again, everything is taking bearish boxes here. Coin, blah blah blah, step down as the company restructures its product. Okay, so he not stepped down. It looks like he was fired. Restructures its product engineering and design teams. Resignation was mutually agreed upon. Sure, I like that they put it in quotes. That makes sense. Upon, and he will continue to serve Coinbase advisory role at least Feb. Blah blah blah. Doesn't mean anything according to SEC. Was 3 years according to his LinkedIn profile. The move is part of restructuring several Coinbase groups in connection. Blah blah. Resignation. Company engineering reorganized. All right, so no one restructures and reorganizes for good reasons, right? So you only restructure and reorganized when you're not happy with how things are. If you're letting people go, your major people in your organization go right before earnings, is not a good sign, that's for damn sure. So I don't know. It does look bearish here to me so far, honestly. One last thing I would look see the implied move here. So options AI. I'm gonna throw in this tool on Discord. And it does this sometimes, by the way. If it does not load up, you just go to the end of the link and put in the ticker that you want here, ticker symbol, coin, and let's see here. Usually it works. Maybe the whole website is down. Okay, let's see here. It's very hit or miss with this website. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. There you go, finally. Yeah, looks like we're not gonna be able to find it. Well, I'm gonna drop the link in the Discord in case anyone wants it, right? So if any of you guys want to go through it and see if we can find out what the implied move here. So unless the implied move is like ridiculously good, ridiculously out of the world crazy, I don't see a reason to risk it. We're gonna check the ID right now, as a matter of fact. But unless it's something like ludicrous, uh, I don't know. I don't want to get IB crushed for nothing, right? So let's see here. Options. Coin. Prince chain. Yeah, it's showing me here. IB dropped a little bit from the levels that we were talking about this morning, so it's 108. Uh, and yeah, it dropped, but not by that much, honestly. Not the level where I would consider it, like, you know, that's not too bad. So I'm just gonna drop this link here. No, not that. Oh, magically worked. See, this is what I'm talking about. I'm telling you, it's very hit or miss with this website. It just suddenly starts working out of nowhere. Right, so that is a decently sized move. Like we said, like I said, it has lots of ways to go up, lots of ways to go down. So it's an expected 20% moves here. Bears are expecting $47 and bulls are expecting $72. Everything that we saw so far is bearish. Does anyone have any information to add here? Because it does seem like puts are the play here. Angelique says Tessie is pulling back badly. Yeah, this is like I said, like remember what I said here. If we get whatever we get first, just cancel the other ones. So like I said, if we get the gap fill here, expect the market to pull back, right? So of course Tesla is pulling back with the market. It's still until it loses the 200 MA and the 21 MA here. This is still bullish. Not it's still a pullback, if you will, right? Hold on, let me just turn on the lights here. It's getting dark. There you go. Much better. I am in Tessie put 210. Nice, then probably gonna make some money on that if you haven't already. Well done. Uh, so yeah, it does seem like the play here for coin is honestly puts, and with a big implied move like that, I am considering getting into puts, unless anyone has any again anything bullish that they know about coin. So there's DD on Wall Street Bets on Coin, where the guy tried to predict the actual number based on trading information scrapped from Coin. Well, can you drop the link in the Discord or here so we can check it out now? Because let's see if it supports what we've seen so far, or like maybe we should change tactics and get into something else. If you could, of course, that would be nice. All right, so till then, let's see here. SPY pulling back, Tesla pulling back. That's nice. So our puts coming back to life a little bit. Still down. So we're back to be we're down now like around 25%. So 50, of course, the 50 MA here is going to be super important level for the SPY. If it loses the 50 MA, and of course that will be like, 21 MA to go with, we can see a big drop here. But till then, we're just waiting and seeing. Tesla definitely, again, it's testing 200 MA, super important level for Tesla here. Let's see what the VIX is doing. So the VIX, okay, so look at that. The VIX went down, tested the level we're talking about, just went out. So the H formation fully played out here. Looks like a strong rejection of the 25.6. Does not mean it's not going to test it again, but this is a good bullish sign. I mean, bearish sign, right, for the SPY, and bullish sign, of course, for the VIX, right? So reclaiming the 26 here is going to be very important. It's an important psychological level for people to be seeing that 26 when they look at it. AMD gave back a lot, right? So AMD was up 6%, huge move up and huge move down. So AMD is kind of this would still technically be a bull flag, right? So, but my thinking is that it goes down and tests the 21 MA where it's no longer a bull flag. We're gonna have to wait and see here. All right, so Tesla, we already know what Tesla is doing. Oh, okay. Apple finally broke. I don't want to say like broke it yet, but it's again testing the 140 level. So we're gonna like it needs to like have a full candle close underneath like 140 properly for it to be considered have lost that level. So this is not losing the 140, but it is concerning for bulls. If you're bullish, in this case we are bearish. So this is good for us. Amazon still stuck around the 90 level, not doing much today. So is Microsoft, Netflix. Again, Netflix also does not seem to be doing much here, honestly. Going up a little bit, going down a little bit. Looks like it's just like swaying with the market. Meta, still no one cares. Google's down some more here. Healthcare going more red than the last time we checked it. And finance definitely, full red here. Retail mixed bag. Etsy, of course, still going strong here. Looks like it wants the 100 again, but probably the 100 is going to be like a strong resistance for it. Let's see. Coca-Cola, non-durable is not doing much, just to be expected. BA is still going up on the news that we got yesterday. So look at that. Even with the FMOC meeting, it dropped down a little bit, not too much, but still overall closed green, right? So we had the investors day. We had great news from the investor day from the CEO, right? First guidance in like 4 years, and yeah, it's just like it's still beasting, still going up, right? Let's see who else. Auto doing kind of okay. Energy up a little bit here, not too much, right? So which is, if you're in puts, this is not good for you if you have tech puts, right? Because you want this to be up quite a bit, right? Energy up is not good for tech. Industrials not doing much here, and it looks like crypto pulled back just a little bit, just a tiny bit. Okay, so looks like, okay, pound is losing some more. So majority of my money is in pounds, like not in dollars, because my account is in the UK. So yeah, I just holding my cash. I just lost money, on the pound. So goddamn. Anywho, Disney down, Roku down. That makes sense. Roku actually recovered quite a bit here, right? So since the open, Roku has been recovering. Hopefully you guys got out. This is an OTC stock, so who cares about it? DNKNG. Okay. Oh, NTX. So again, I had to cash out of this one because I needed the cash. But I'll be coming back for it. I have a note. I actually wrote it down. I'll be coming back for NTXN. I think it's still a good play. So I'll definitely be coming back for that one. SPY. Yeah, shaping up to be again one of those like boring consolidation days. Looks like it. So, which is again super necessary, right? You want your chart to reset. So again, finally, the 1 hour here is no longer oversold, right? It is a little oversold here, so it has room to move, right? It can do things now, right? And we have this nice bear flag forming here. So we have this would be the pole, right? And we have a flag that could be forming out here, so all is well, right? All is well. So this is not too bad, you know. So what we specifically would be, again, as you can see, also volume decreasing, not a good sign for the SPY. It does seem like the 50 MA, 21 MA, and of course 200 MA, 21 MA here for Tesla. These are like important levels to keep an eye on here. Unless we lose them, we're not going to be getting any bearish momentum here. I think I'm just going to add some more puts, in case it starts dropping down here. Yeah, so I added some more puts here. So now I have 5 puts in total, right? Let's see here. In AMD puts for tomorrow. Okay, so yeah, I can see the play here. It ran up too much. I can definitely see it giving back some gains, especially if we open red tomorrow. That makes sense. Omega says HUDI. Wow, someone is stuck. Interesting. What's up with that? This is a Chinese company. Holy hell, wow. Wow, that is just crazy. Look at that. Is that one of those Chinese Chinese plays usually are IPO plays, but like the hell is going on with this company? Why does it keep moving up this much? What's the market cap for it? It's half a billion. It's not nothing. How the hell is it moving up this much in one day? How long was that ago? That was last Monday. That was October the 24th. So what is like 100% moves normal for this company? What the hell is it? What does it do? Imagine being swing short for. I don't want to even. I want to finish reading what you wrote, man. I don't want to imagine shorting this. No, this is terrifying. This will be my Halloween costume. Like if I see someone wearing this chart and telling me I'm short, this will freak me out. This is scary. Paying all those HTB overnight fees, thinking you got a solid short with a solid average holding for zero, getting this move. Yeah, this is how people commit suicide. Like, dude, what the hell? Why is it moving? HUD, I have never heard of it before. Does sound like a Chinese company. I don't know. What do they do? And why the hell are they moving up? They just doubled it off. Washing machine creating a false market and shorts went for it. Another reason why repetition of edge each Sunday. All right, we can do without your life lesson, man. Why is it up? Look at this shit show. I have zero intention to participate in this kind of shit show. Please leave these guys alone and do not trade. It's just not worth it. It seems like someone is stuck short largest volume candle 68. Huddy, another gift to everyone. Gift in what? Why is it up? Red to green. We're back in business on Blue Star. It's a low flow Chinese stock. Yeah, it looks like it was okay, it looks like someone got paid to pump this. It doesn't seem like it. Hoodie gonna shoot us that booty. I think we can short near 65. I think you shouldn't. I think this is I think you should stay away from this. Damn, that's crazy. It looks like they'll be having fun trying to watch it create a market. That's just nuts here. Second hold up now, up 105%. Yeah, it looks like it's just one of those weird Chinese pumps that just pumps out of nowhere for no reason. That's just nasty. Wow. It's just absolutely bonkers. Interested to see if it has options. Does it have options? That would be I mean, I'm not saying I'm gonna play it. I'm just saying I am interested, right? I want to see the price action. I mean, for a nerd like me, just watching this go up and down would be enough. No, no options. It does not have options. That makes sense. How long has this company been around? It's not up for any reason other than hedge funds hunting for liquidity. No. All right. So there's gonna be some interesting info for you. No, they pay people to pump their stuff. They pay. It's not just like hedge funds. They pay like influencers, people on like who are famous on Reddit. They're famous on YouTube, on Twitter. They pay them so they get people excited, and all this stuff. People get in and they pump it, so they pay them for that. Like, again, it's Chinese company. You have there's a lot of corruption in China, so I would not put it past them to do something like that. Of course, all due respect to Chinese people, we're just talking specifically about, like corrupt, some the corrupt people that do that. This happens all in the OTC. If anyone's familiar in the OTC, I do have like a whole brand that just does penny stocks, so I'm pretty familiar with this stuff. This happens a lot in the OTC. A lot of Chinese companies do that there as well. But yeah, this is absolute bonkers. Uh, Imagine if it had options. Man, that would be crazy. I think if it had options, though, you'd run into liquidity issues, right? I don't think options, that move up this much would be super liquid. I think you'd end up seeing your account go up a lot, but you won't be able to get out. By the time you try to get out, you would never get a fill, and you just keep, it keeps going down. It'll be like what happened to me yesterday because I had like the same day calls and or puts, whatever it was, but it was same day contracts, and I wasn't able to get them out. And this is like this, you get into liquidity issues. This is how I look without glasses. I look weird, I know, because like you guys got used to me my glasses, but this is how I look without glasses. Anyway, so that was a bit of fun. Damn. Okay, so let's go back here and see. Okay, so finance looks like it's kind of where we left it. Healthcare, kind of where we left it. Netflix just went red. It's too bad. Apple slightly down, or actually kind of where we left it too. Tesla lost. Okay, so Tesla definitely looks like it's losing 200 MA for good. Definitely bearish here. AMD looks like it's still stuck where we left it. I wonder if it's at the 21 MA like we expected here, or if it's just like bull flagging. Yeah, 21 MA as expected. So yeah, if AMD loses this, it's gonna go down very quickly to 59.93, and we know it loves this stupid channel. So my 59 coin puts are 275 IV. Ouch. Are you up on them? Like, you can be up, like, even if it's not moving, you can be up just on the IV. That happen a lot. Like, you can just like trim and go in again if you want with lower amount if you're up decently. A lot of people do that. I do that all the time. Up 20%. Nah, it's still, you can hold it for longer. All right, so let's see here. Okay, SPY puts coming to life a little bit here. Now we're down only 19% on them, which is good. I'm still again waiting for a proper drop, hopefully. Tesla definitely flirting with this support level here, and if it loses this support level, we're gonna see a pretty damn quick drop here to the 50 MA if that happens. And I think that will be accompanied, of course, with another big drop here on the SPY itself. Below the MAs, like I said, these are the lines that we're waiting for here on the SPY. And Tesla is definitely starting to look a little bit weak here, which works in our favor. That's good. So hopefully it plays out. VIX though is not cooperating. This is not good, right? So we're not seeing the VIX go up in conjunction with the SPY, which is never a good sign. Okay, this is never a good sign. And I don't know, you can argue the fact that this does kind of seem like a bear flag here forming. I can definitely argue that fact. I don't want to, but kind of does look like a little bit like a bear flag. A little bit. It's not a perfect one, but kind of does look like it, right? So My guess though is like because of the slow move down here is that once we get a sharp drop below when we lose the 50 MA and the 21 MA, we get a sharp drop here on the SPY, an equivalent sharp drop here on Tesla, right to the 50 MA level. I think this is when the VIX shoots up, and hopefully that selling begets more selling begets more selling. So, but till then, we're gonna have to wait and see. Uh, Definitely the premium is increasing on my puts here. We're down only 10% now with not a big move here on the SPY, which tells me that people are going in and buying puts. So they probably are expecting a move down here. Uh, SPY not really looking super strong. It would need to break this level here for it to properly drop. So lose the 21 MA, close under it, and hopefully right here in this region for to get a nice knife here, right? Like, but it does look pretty damn bearish. Like it really looks like it wants to drop here. So you know, hopefully it gives us what we want, right? So come on, give us a new low of day. New low of day will make us happy. Come on, come on. All right, we're down only 2% now on our puts, right? So that's nice. A nice big drop here would definitely make us, pretty green on our puts here, where I would definitely, of course, trim some, secure profits, 100%. Uh, so hopefully we get a nice big candle. Again, ideal scenario, big falling knife candle here. Uh, We're about to turn green on the puts here. If you can see, we just turned green on the puts, right? So that's nice. So hopefully we get a nice big candle. Come on, big nice candle. Nice big knife. It's right on these like this mini intraday support level here. And we can quickly lose that. And again, you see here Tesla with the wick here on the support. It really wants to go to test 50 MA, you know. Tesla wants it, SPY wanted, I wanted. I'm sure you guys wanted too. Come on, SPY. Give the people what they want. Be a spy of the people. Come on. So just in case we get a quick drop here, I'm setting my first take profit here, selling one contract at three $3, which will be around like $50 of profit here per contract. So let's see if we're able to secure that or not. Again, ideal best case scenario, nice big drop here. Wow, Tessie flashing down. How much would coin have to drop to make money with add the money puts with that much IV? Uh, any amount, like any amount. It's not. It doesn't have to drop any particular amount, right? So, the problem with IV Crush is that you make the money, right? But then IV goes from 275% here, like in this case, it goes down all the way to like 20 or 30, right, when the market opens. So IV is part of the Black-Scholes formula that is used to calculate options pricing, right? This is the formula that everyone uses to calculate options. So when a part of the equation goes down, then the end result, of course, will go down, right? So like if it's 2 plus 2 equals 4, one of the twos goes down to 1, then 2 plus 1 equals 3 now, right? So you make less money, right? So this is the problem. This is how you get IV crushed. It's not that it does not go down enough, right? It can go down as little or as much as it has to, right? Without the IV, you would end up making money anyway. The only problem is that IV is gonna get crushed one way or the other. In order for you to know how much though it has to drop for you to completely escape IV, honestly, it's more than just dropping. Also, in that case, factors would be like how many people are selling at the open. That would be a very important factor because this is where the crush comes from, right? So earnings are over, so volatility is done, right? But for the most part, volatility is measured by the inflows of puts and calls and all that stuff, right? So it's very volatile. Volume is above normal, so this is how you get crushed. See him says IV is good if you're selling puts. Exactly, right? So, in this case, you'd have to ask yourself, right? So, is coin, in case you're wrong, is coin a stock I want to own if I'm assigned? Because if you're getting puts, right, and you sell like a cash secured put or something like that, basically selling a contract. In that case, yeah, I mean, like, ask yourself if you're okay with it, if you're okay with owning coin. And honestly, I would be as bad as things are for Coin now. Coin was definitely not a $420 company. That's for damn sure. But is it a $60 company or maybe even lower, like 50? Yeah, I can see that, right? It makes sense, right? That's not a bad valuation for them. It's still a little overvalued, but not a bad price, right? So not a bad place to own coin at. Okay, so uh, at 60, that's just a $14 billion valuation, right? So not the end of the door, not too bad if you ask me. So in that case, I would rather sell coin, honestly. Contracts, I'm with you 100% there because yeah, high IV in that case will get you a higher premium, and you have a higher chance even if you screw up and tomorrow the day opens and you screwed up, you sold puts, and the price did go down, you end up getting assigned. Sometimes you might not end up getting assigned just because that person is still holding the contract because they got bagged, right? Like they got back, they got Ivy crushed, and they can't even get out of the contract. So maybe they're just holding it, waiting to see what happens. And in that case, you can buy a contract and just get out of that position, call it a day. So, uh, but yeah, honestly, the best play for earnings is selling contracts. It's less money, I'm not gonna lie, and you're very limited on the money you can make as well on top of that, but it's a lot safe, and things are in your favor, right? Even if you screw up, things are in your favor, right? So all right, let's see here. AMD perking up a little here. I want to see what Tesla is doing. Not so hot, not so bad. Apple back to 140. So we're seeing things get back a little bit of life here. VIX just turned red. Definitely not a good sign for us. 100% not a good sign for us here. This big drop here. Uh, yeah, this is not good for puts. So we're seeing the SPY here again flirting with the 50 MA, 21 MA again, right? And it's gonna be now, it tested them as support. It wants to figure out whether they're resistant or not. So gonna have to figure out, what the situation is here. All right, so of course, with this little pump here, we're back to being, red, of course, on the puts, which is again to be expected. This is why we got time. We're not in a rush. We're not in a hurry. We're not trying to get out before the day ends or have to worry about that we're getting close to market close. And theta and all that stuff. Of course, with tomorrow puts, you do run the risk of theta. Towards the end of the day, you'll see your contracts fall down a lot if it's not in the direction that you plot them for. In this case, it's down. So it's best to wait and see in this case. Apple, Netflix. All right, boys and girls. So we're almost going on here on 3 hours. I have to go speak to the kids outside, my employees, before they leave. Gotta tell them something important. So we're gonna end the stream here. But I'm definitely in the long stream stuff. I definitely enjoy this. If it wasn't like today is just an exception, I have to go talk to them, tell them something important. But if you guys are in, this has been a lot of fun for me. So yeah, we should definitely do this more. And yeah, I'll see you in the Discord in a little bit. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you liked the video, thank you so much. And I'm very honored that you guys chose to stay here with me for, like 2+ hours. I thought you guys would get bored, but you didn't. So thank you for that. It's very kind of you. And thanks, Omega. Same here, buddy. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the Discord in a little bit. Cheers.